Hello, welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to our live session today. As you might have seen, we're going to be using the small ball in today's class. I'm going to do an intro so you can take your time, roll out your mat, grab your prop, some water, and then we will get started in just about a minute or two. So we're going to have a 30-minute workout today, and it's going to be the Pilates exercises that you are familiar with. So we're going to be doing some side work, prone, lying on the back, and lots of core work as well. Some new movements to help you find the connections that maybe you couldn't find before by using the ball for both challenge and support. And then at the end of the session, as always, we will have a Q&A, so you can stay, come and ask your questions, whether it's from this class or any of the other classes that you've previously done. I always love chatting to you and checking in and seeing how you're doing, and then also supporting you with any of the questions that you need some support with. Right, so let's get started by lying on our back for our warm-up. We will take that ball between the knees, come to lie down on your back, bringing your hands down next to the side of your body. Just finding your alignment and your breath. Let's take that next breath out. Curl the hips towards the shoulders, up to bridge. Deep breath in at the top. And exhale, breath gently rolling it down. Good. We're just starting to find that spinal articulation and connecting our breath with our movement. You can begin to feel the pull of your heels towards your shoulders, activating the glutes, the hamstrings. Lovely. Pressing into your hands, can you feel the activation through your back? And then your chest will open up a little bit more. We're going to go to, you're aiming to get to the tips of the shoulder blades, tightening up through the core. And one more. We're going to hold it at the top. We're going to lift and lower the heels. Lift your heels away from the ground. Inhale to lower. Really feel that you can spread your toes, trying to find weight from the big toe to the baby toe. Pull your heels towards your shoulders, activating more hamstrings. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the heels up, lower, and lift the hips straight down. Exhale, lift. Now we're squeezing into the crease of the glute, leading up at the back of the hips. You want to pull your rib cage down as you squeeze your glutes up to really find that connection from the front and back. 4 more. 3, starting to warm up here. 2, and 1. Bring those hips down, open the arms to T, float your legs up. Big toes come together. You're lightly squeezing onto the ball, but you're thinking of wrapping from behind your leg and squeezing from the back of the leg. Rotate the knees over, deep breath in, and then exhale back through center. Taking this at your own pace, landing gently on your hip. Good. And as you twist, opposite shoulder stays on the ground to activate the obliques. On the next round, we're going to layer on. You're going to take both of your legs down. We take a breath in. You come to center. You lower the legs and then lift. Twist to the other side. And center. Tap the mat and lift. If you can't tap the mat without lifting your spine, then you pause and come back in sooner. Keep your rib cage and spine on the mat. 1 breath per movement. Lovely. This is the last one. We lower and lift. Bring it in. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to take it into the 100. Lift the chest. Exhale. Lower the arms. Take a breath in and then lower down again. Warming up here. in spinal flexion. We lift that chest and lower on an exhale. Pausing at the top and the bottom for an inhale breath. Curling the rib cage down to the ground as you lift up for 2. Good. And 1 more. We're going to hold it up. We're going to pump the arms. Deep breath in. Pump the arms. And in. Inhaling for 5 and exhale for 5. Your gaze is towards the ball. You're lifting up through your head. Reach through your fingers to lightly draw your shoulders away from your ears. Curl your ribcage into the mat, belly button to chest. Good. Pull your knees in a little bit more. Lift your chest a little higher. 3 more rounds. And 2. Good. Final round. We'll bring the hands down to the mat and lower your head. We're going to roll over to the back. So you're going to bring your knees towards your chest, then press into your hands to pull your legs up and over chest. Gently roll it down. So you pull your lower back into the mat, and then you're pressing into the hands to scoop and lift, hold, and lower down with control. Inhale at the top and bottom, exhale as you curl up and down. If you find that going all the way up and over doesn't feel good, you're just lifting and lowering down within your range. You can press generously into your hands and arms. That really helps a lot. And maybe even squeeze into your ball. See how that helps you as well. By squeezing into the ball, you might get a little bit more transverse abdominals, which will help give you that scoop. Let's go 3. Can you press your head down into the ground a little bit more? And 2. Nice. How are we feeling? Can you feel that connection? Maybe you're lifting a little bit higher. Slowly lower it down. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins. Using your biceps to pull your legs in and then lifting up through the chest. We're going to go for rolling like a ball. You're going to roll it up. Exhale. Roll it back. Inhale. Nice little fun one here as a breather. You're squeezing those heels together. Gazing down towards the ground. Rolling to the tips of the shoulder blades and back up to just a little bit of a hover. Remembering that exhale breath really helps you come up. We're going to go 5 and 4, 3. Good. Pull your legs in a bit tighter. And 1 more. We'll stay up and seated. Lower the feet to the ground. Let's press it back. Find long legs, wide open, mat's distance, and the ball is in center. And taking a moment, sitting up taller, lengthening up through the head. We're going to nod the chin to chest, roll forward, reach through the arms, deep breath in. And exhale, rolling it all the way up. Softening at the knees if you want to get a deeper stretch. Good. You want to think of your back body. So we curl from the head to the hips. We find length and then roll it up from your hips to your head. You're light on the ball. See if you can let the shoulders draw down more length. Let's go 2. And 1 more. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall. Bring that ball away from the mat. Good. Straight spine, grab onto that ball, reach forward. So you can soften through your knees to get a flat back. Then we're going to press lightly into the ball, activating through lats under the armpits. Bend the elbows, pull the ball in, rotate, extend, and back through center. Over to the other side. We bend, rotate, extend, and center. Finding that twist from the mid back to the head. Shoulders are resting on your back. You have a long neck. You pull that ball to 90. So instead of just thinking of bending and extending, you want to pull, sit up taller, and then press the ball away. Lovely. Let's go one more round to each side. See if you can find deeper twist. And last one. Good. We come back through center. Bend that ball. Hold it at 90 degrees. You're going to curl back. Press your heels into the ground. Find the sweet spot for challenge. Extend the arms. Curl back up to a straight back. And bend. We curl it back. Extend. And lift. Option to bring the feet to center for a more aligned feeling, finding more connection from the inner thighs. So when the legs are apart, that's more challenging, and the legs together is more supportive. See if you can go a little bit deeper this round. Keeping your gaze above the horizon. Last one. Extend and curl it all the way up. We're going to dive forward over the legs. Deep breath in. Full roll back down to the mat. Extend up. Inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale. Curl it up. Option to go halfway if all the way is not feeling good. Press your heels into the ground. Feel that connection to the lower abdominals. 2 more. Inhaling at the top and bottom. Exhale to curl up and down. And one will come all the way up to seated. Diving all the way up and over. Reach past the toes. See if you can find more length. And back up. Awesome work. Let's come over into our side work. Today we're going to take the ball into the side of the waist. We're going to go down to the elbow, hand behind your head, and extending through both of your legs. If this becomes too challenging, you're welcome to take the ball out. We go hand to mat, extend through the legs, lift through the side of the waist. Ready? We're going to take the legs, we're going to float them up, and then lower back down. So we take that exhale, it's a small lift, we pause, then lower with control. Getting deep into these obliques. So like I said earlier, if the ball under the waist is too challenging, you can remove it and come all the way down. Just really enjoy how this is a supportive way to increase that challenge. And you may notice that you're finding a deeper connection in the oblique with that ball. Let's go 3. We'll hold it up in 2. Good. 1 more. Hold. Hand to mat. You want to find that length through your neck. Top leg forward, bottom leg back. And then switch. Quick inhale, then exhale, switch. Adding challenge. You're going to hold it, take 2 pulses. And trying to keep that balance. Core is wrapped in tight. Transverse is working. 3 more rounds. How are we feeling? This is a challenge. Dial it in if you need. Final round. And in. Well done. Take a stretch. We're going to come up into the forearm. So now we're going to have elbow under shoulder, lifting up. Press your weight into your hips and get nice and light on that ball. We're going to go forward and back leg is going to come up. We flex. We come forward, point, squeeze and pull back. 2 breaths in and out. As you pull your leg back, feel that you pull your chest back as well so that you don't land up pulling forward through the chest. All right, you want to feel that core is strong and stable as you move from your hip. Think of squeezing through your glutes as you pull back. Last 3. Good, 2 more, and then we're going to bring that leg forward. 1, bring the leg forward, finding that crease in your hip, toe down, heel up, 3 taps, and a lift. 1, 2, 3. Option to challenge yourself by taking your hand behind your head. Check that you're lifting out of the shoulder. If you fall into your shoulder, you're going to get tense in the neck. So we're lifting up and out. Let's go 2 more. All right, we're getting in that glute. 1. And down. Brilliant. We're going to bring that leg back. Now, more supportive, we're going to bend the leg. More of a challenge, we go straight legs. Press down into that forearm. Find the lift through the side of your waist. You're going to bring your hand down again. You're going to begin to lift your hip away from the ground. Get light on the ball. Then lower your hip with control. Slow and controlled. Exhale, we're going to go up. Pause. Lower with control. So if you find that you're not able to get this lift, you're going to bend this bottom leg. It's going to support you. But you want to feel that you're going straight up, like someone's pulling this hip up with a string. You're getting light on your ball. And then lowering with control. Right. Let's find that connection. Pull your rib cage back. Pressing into your feet. Let's go 3. 2 more. And 1. See if you can hold it. Maybe lift a little higher. Take a breath. Lift a little higher. Good. Low with control. Bring it all the way up to a Z sit. Bottom leg comes forward, top leg back. Hand to the ball, side stretch. Oh, that feels good. And lift. We're going to take it into full mermaid in a moment. I just want you to start to feel that you're lifting through your top rib cage. We're not falling into that bottom shoulder. We're reaching up. Good. Let's go 1 more. We're going to hold the side stretch and then twist around, reach across. Open it back up and lift. We're going to go for a couple here. Take your time. Exhale and twist. Allow your head to drop down towards the ground. Lengthen through your neck. Can you find that stretch through the back? 1 more. Let's bring it in. You're going to take yourself down to this hand. Bring your ball up and overhead, stretching through that waist. Oh, feels great. Ball down towards that knee, stretching through that back hip. And then open it up. Let's go second side. Right, set up on this side a little bit quicker. A ball into the waist. Straight legs. Legs are slightly in front of you. Down to the elbow. And I have sun in my eyes. All right. We're going to find that length lifting through the side of the waist by pushing into your elbow. And then lift and lower the legs. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. You want to think of this oblique, pulling your legs up. Right? You want to feel that you don't Move the torso. This torso is stable. Head is resting in your hands, almost like you're on the beach, but you're not. Good. You can think of bringing your hip and rib cage closer. See how that finds more activation. Last two. And one, we're going to hold it up. Let's take those legs, separate them. One goes forward, opposite back. Find your range, balance, and switch. So we're just starting with the switch. Finding the balance and the control. And then if you want to add that challenge, you take 2 pulses. Inhale and then good. Lengthen through your neck. Dial it in a little bit, maybe making it smaller. Feel how you can get stronger in that space. Final round. Bring it in and lower it down. Let's take a stretch. We're going to come up onto that forearm for our lower body. So finding stability here in the upper body, out of the shoulder, light on that ball, leg is lifting. Let's pull it back this time. Find your range, squeeze that glute. Can you pull your core back? Hold it. We flex forward, swing back. Really slow it down as you pull back to find a deeper connection in the glute. Maybe it helps you find more control here in the core. Allow your head to drop down. It's the one thing I notice. We often have our head up here, and that doesn't feel good. 4 more swings. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it forward. Turn that toe down. Heel up. 3 taps. 1, 2, 3. Then lift. Exhaling on that lift. Focusing on getting into this glute. Good. And keeping your hips stacked. Hand behind the head for more challenge. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring it in. Align those legs. Press your hips away. Finding your hips stacked and out of the shoulder. We'll take it up. Exhale. We float the hip up. We hold. Lower with control. Really focusing on slowing it down. Finding more connection. It's nice to think of the work happening on the way down. So we come up to work on the way down. See if you can find more weight in your hips and feet to support your lift. Let's go 3. Good. Push into your forearm a little bit more. And 1, can you hold it? Squeeze your feet together. Find that zip up through the inner thighs into your core. Lift a little higher. Hold. Breathe. And slowly lower down. Brilliant, mermaid. Let's come to that Z-sits position. Stretching it out, finding a side stretch. All the way over and up. You're welcome to go cross-legged as well. Good. Let's go 2 more and then we'll add our twist. And 1. Good. On the next one, we'll take that arm to T, finding the side stretch. Check that we're not dropped. We lift and rotate. Nice big exhale breath as you take your twist. Lengthening through your head. Lovely work. How are we feeling? Finding that connection, right? Into the body, into the waist. Let's take it up and over. Side stretch. Hand twist. Good. We're going to open it up. You're going to come to prone position. We're going to take the ball into the heels. Right, and you're going to stretch those feet away from you. We're going to stack the hands on top of each other and then rest your forehead on your hands. So just taking a moment here. The elbows are wide. You're lifting your belly button off the ground and you're going to feel the activation through the back of your body. We're going to exhale, lift and lower the legs. Good. As you lift your legs, you're trying to get the knees off the ground. Squeezing the glutes. You're thinking of that smile area of the glute. Drawing your heels up towards the glutes. Good, let's go 2 more. And we're going to add on a bend. And 1. Hold those knees floating up off the ground. Engage your core, lift your belly button just to get out of the lower back. Then you're going to bend your knees, bring your heels towards your glutes. And then lengthen your legs again. Keep your knees off the ground. We bend, exhale. Extend, inhale. You're trying to keep that ball steady and stable, activating hamstrings equally. So it's likely your ball is wobbling, which is fine, but your goal is to contract your hamstrings equally so that your ball doesn't wiggle. Rest your head, find ease in your neck. Last 2. And 1, you're going to keep your knees bent. Flex your feet, so you're going to go flat feet. Squeeze your glute, lift your knees off the ground. Glutes, lower your knees. Whew. Exhale, we lift, and inhale, lower. So we're keeping those knees bent. We're activating the glutes, then releasing. Pressing into the ball equally with both heels. We've got 4. Good, 3. Knees are slightly wide. And 1 more. Hold the knees up. Hold it, squeeze a little higher. Extend the legs. And lower down. Brilliant work. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Separate your feet. We're taking an inhale breath, lifting the chest all the way up into swan if you can. And then lower down with control. Nice big breath in and up. Lifting that chest forward. Finding that length through the head and neck. Good, how are we doing? Just regathering the breath here for a moment, finding activation through the back. We're going to go 1 more, and then we're going to grab onto our ball. So hopefully it hasn't rolled away. Let's come all the way down. Grab your ball again, bend your knees, and bringing it into the chest. Good, we've got it secured right there in the chest, in the sternum. You're down on the forearms. You're going to pull your chest forward, gaze forward. And you're going to lift your arms away from the ground and stretch back. So you're now slightly elevated. You have that chest up. You're going to take a deep breath in, reach back, lift through the chest. And then exhale, bring your weight into the ball. Gaze down. And inhale. Lifting up. Reach back. Exhale to come down. So that ball is providing extra support and challenge to lift up a little bit higher. Your palms are turned in. You're opening up through that chest. Can you feel that connection to the mid-back? Let's go 2. Reach the crown up to the ceiling. And 1. Hold it there. Pull the chest forward, gaze forward. Reach back a little more, open through the chest, turn those pinky fingers in. And lower down. Brilliant. Let's press it back into a rest position. Both hands on the ball. Just finding ease there in the hips and shoulders. We'll come up into that 4-point kneeling and twist it out. One hand to the mat, opposite hand to the center. Let's thread under, find a twist. Exhaling on that twist, deep breath in as you come in. One more and then we'll switch sides. And in. Good. Let's switch side, boys, in the center. Reaching the hips back to twist under. And lift. Good. Regathering that breath one more time. And center, press your hips back. We'll roll it up. Reach up through both arms, deep breath in. And release. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live class. It was so lovely to have you all here, to move with you again. If this is all for you today, thank you so much for joining me. As always, we do this every Monday at 4:30 p.m. BST. So come back every week and join us live here. We'll also have our Q&A session now, so we can check in with each other, see how we're feeling. If you have any questions, you can come and ask them and we'll have a chat. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day. Bye. All right, how are we feeling? Let's have a check-in, see how we're doing. Have a great chat. Oh, my knee. Hello, how are we feeling? Oh, get a little hot and sweaty here, but really enjoying that the weather is cooling down, that things are not as hot as they were before. I feel like it's more manageable. I don't know about anybody else. I know that down north it's getting hotter, so let me know how you're doing. But yeah, higher up it's better. Wait, no, I got that mixed up. All right. How are we feeling? Let's have a check-in. You can ask your questions. I'm also curious, how did we go with that ball in the side of the waist when we were doing our oblique lifts? This is new. So I was playing around with some ways on how we can strengthen our Pilates, especially with September and the challenge. It's like, how can we use the equipment to strengthen us, to support us? I'm very curious to know how we felt with using the side oblique lift with the ball. If that felt good for you, if you have any questions around that, let me know. All right. I think I'll just stay here for a few more minutes. So for the September Strong Challenge, there is a playlist now called Stronger, and there's 3 classes a week. So the Monday live class, then Wednesday and Saturday. So in total, by the end of September, there will be 15 classes that you can go through to help you to strengthen your Pilates practice. All right, thank you so much for everybody for joining. It was so lovely to meet with you again, and I will see you next week, Monday. Bye.